Great. So you should be seeing my screen that says TSG presents the bank products, January 7th date. There is a, as well as you guys know, there is a questions and chat function on the GoToMeeting. So if you have any questions or comments, you can definitely place that on there, and I will refer back to it and answer your questions to the best of my ability, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. This first slide that I want to show you guys here is to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of the bank product. So my goal for today is talk to you about the benefits of the bank product, and then we're actually going to go ahead and process a return using the bank product, so I can show you all the fields that you need to enter in order to go ahead and process this return and make it eligible to be queued over to the IRS. So some of the benefits of the bank product, guys: no out-of-pocket fees for the clients. There's plenty of times where clients, have the money in their hands, but maybe they want to use that money for something else, or they want to use it, they don't have enough, or they don't have the money to pay you. Well, they don't have to pay you when they use the bank product, right? Because with the bank product, they can have the fees taken automatically out of that refund, and then that will be sent directly to your bank account, and the difference will be sent over to the client. So that's one of the benefits of it, where the client doesn't have to come in, you provide the service, and the fees will be collected for you later with the banking partner. Also, it can also be direct deposited directly to their bank account, or it can come in the form of a check that will be available for you to print at your office. It's also integrated with your TSG software. So there's no need to go out of the TSG software to go to a different site to go in and process the application. It's going to be a seamless process for you because it's going to add the application automatically to the tax return. Also, there's an increased revenue, an average about 30% we have seen where folks that, offices that maybe existed already had the experience of being a tax office, and they did not offer the bank product. When you start offering the bank product, you're going to see a 30% increase in your revenue, and I'll show you a little bit about how that works. They also, as a bank partner, they can also collect your fees even after tax season. How many times have you completed a tax return and that person maybe, they said they were going to pay you back, or, they never did, and then you see them a little bit later, maybe right in the year, like in August, September, they're out on the beach or wherever they could be, and they didn't pay you. Well, with the banking partner, they will make sure they will collect the fees once it gets funded from the IRS. Also, there's free marketing materials that can be sent to you as well that can talk a little bit about the benefits of having the fees taken out of the refund for the client, and also possibly talk a little bit about the loan advance. Not everybody's eligible to offer the loan advance, but there are some businesses that are eligible for that, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about that with your account executive. And also, guys, to just be more competitive, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, all the big chains, they offer this service to their clients. So even though you're a small and pop, or small mom and pop business, or you are just starting, you should be just as competitive as the gentleman next to you or the big business next to you. And to the left here, we see some of our banking partners: Refund Advantage, TPG, which used to be before Santa Barbara, and then we also have Refundo, and we also have Republic Bank. So those are some of the banking partners that you can partner with to actually have the fees and use the bank product, so you can have the fees deducted from the client's return. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and escape out of this area here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the software. I'm just going to move the screen over here. And now what you should see in front of you is an actual return, okay? So this return is already completed. I already entered the basic information, the phone number, the person has a dependent. Here on the left side, they do have a W-2. So now you're at the point where you're done with the client. You're going to speak to them about their fees, and they want the fees to be taken out of the refund. They're okay with that, right? So then what you would do is you go up to this area up here. You go to Verify, okay? You click on Verify. This pop-up is going to show up, okay? The first one here is the 8879, and I'm going to double-click on that one. On the 8879, this is where you choose how that person is going to either pay you or going to have the fees taken out with the bank product. The 8879 is the form that basically allows that return to be sent electronically to the IRS. So on this refund type here, you want to choose option number 5. So you're going to click on 5 up here, okay? You notice 5 says bank product, okay? It can either be check, direct deposited, or it can be given to them in the form of a debit card. After that, you're going to go ahead and press enter, okay? We'll close out of this one for right now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on refresh, and before I do that, you're going to be able to see that now a bank application now got added to this tax return. I'm going to click refresh, okay, and I'm going to go to the bank application. You see now this is the bank application. This one in particular belongs to Refund Advantage, okay, one of the banking partners. And then on here, what you have to do, guys, you have to fill out generic information on here for the client. This is important because this is the bank application. The bank has certain requirements that have to be entered on the bank application form. In particular, if we go to the first question here, it's asked, do you anticipate that this person is going to receive another bank product again in the future? In other words, within that same year. So you want to press the N here, which is always normally going to be an N, okay? The next one here says primary taxpayers, military personnel on active duty, either currently or any time during 2016. If that is the case, you press yes. If it's not, you press no, okay? The next one is going to ask you, is the taxpayer a prior year RT customer, meaning a bank product customer? So you would ask the client, you know, did they have their funds taken out before through a bank? If they did, then you would press yes, okay? And then you're also going to ask the client, did they receive their funds, okay? You would press a yes there as well, okay? If the answer is no, then you would press no as well, okay? That's not a problem, okay? But just you have to select it. If not, it will not allow you to actually transmit the tax return. The next one here that must be answered is here on the bank signature verification. It's making sure that the person has seen the bank documents and that they understand that the charges are going to come out of their refund. So here you will click a X, saying that they did do the bank verification, they did review their documents. And on here, where notices where it says transfer ID information from CDS. So if you go up here to client data, okay, on this part here, get used to entering the information on the driver's license. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this one up on, oh, sorry, it's actually a number. I'm going to go ahead and put a number here, okay, and put here a state and date issued. You should be getting this information, obviously, from the client when you have their ID, 01-26-18. And here it's going to ask you if it's a driver's license. You're going to press D, press enter, okay, and then we're going to go back to the bank application. And when you click here on X, press X, enter, it will automatically transfer all the information from the client data and pull it over on this side, okay? Because one part, remember, the client data and all this information is tax information is going to the IRS. The bank application is another requirement. And they also want you to gather the driver's license of the client or some form of ID. On the next part here, we have the advanced account information. So on this part here, this is if the person is going to receive a refund advance, okay? Again, not everyone on this call is eligible for it. If you have any questions or need more understanding of that, please get in contact with your account executive. But this is where you would choose if the person wants an advance, depending on the amount. And then down here at the bottom where it says RT account information, this is where you would choose if the client is going to receive a cashier's check, or if it's going to go direct deposit, or if it's going to go in one of the banking cards, okay? So those are the options that are available. If the person wants it as a check, they do not want it as a direct deposit, then you would just leave it here in X, and then when you send and transmit that tax return, when that return gets approved within 11 to 21 days after the IRS opens, then that check is going to be available for you to print at your office, okay? So that's how you would receive the check. Now, if the person wants to receive a direct deposit, then you would click on here, on the direct deposit, okay? And then back again, we're going to go over here to the client data. Now, the client data here, you would enter also the information of the client. So here, let's go to choices. I'm just going to make one up here. And then here, I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's going to ask me to enter it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press enter. Now I'm going to click an X here for checking or savings, whichever one it is. Then you go back to bank application. You go on here, it tells you client pass-through account information. You click on X here as well, okay, and press enter, or just X and enter, and it will automatically transfer the information. Now with this particular client, what they're going to do is that once the fees are taken out, okay, the banking partner that you have with us is going to direct deposit the amount into this routing and account number, okay? The next option is the Instant Fast Money prepaid card. So you click an X here, okay? And of course, you would have these cards being delivered to you, okay? The checks and the cards get delivered to you depending on your volume. And then what they're going to do is on the outside of the envelope is going to have a list of numbers, and you would write the numbers here, and you have to rewrite it again to ensure that you're writing the right information. So in this particular case, this client is going to receive it on one of the direct deposit bank cards that the bank is going to be able to give you so you can provide it to your client. And you would give them that at the end when you are doing their tax return and they sign it. you would enter the information and give them that banking card at that time. When the funds get deposited, it will go automatically to that card, okay? So this is the process of doing a bank application. And then when you talk to them about the fees and how much they're going to receive back, an easy way that I like to look at, I like to use is I go under file options under here. So I go into file options, okay? If you've noticed, there's two areas here. There's the IRS direct options. This is like if the person were to mail it in. This is when you have an e-file, and this is when you have your banking option, okay? So let's just look at number 3 here. So on this one here, what you would tell the clients is the total fees that are going to be coming out of this particular refund, the $2,800, will be $359, okay? So their check that they're going to receive, or the direct deposit, or the amount that's going to go into their prepaid card is going to be $2,441, okay? So you would print out the actual tax return for the client, and usually what I like to do is kind of on the bottom kind of highlight the amount that they're going to receive so they can have an idea of what the fees are going to, what the amount is going to be once the amount has been deposited or once they receive a check, okay? This is what the client's going to receive after the payment. And let me go back over here, and I think I have somebody that has a quick question. Give me a second. You want to write, if you can write your question or your comment, that would be great, because I saw that you raised your hand, but I don't know what you're asking or what you need, my friend. So if you can please make a comment on there, that would be great, okay? And I'm going to click on verify again. So if you notice here, yep, your bank deposit, okay? So if you notice when I click on verify, if it gives you any error regarding the bank, it will let you know, okay? So on this one here was that I clicked direct deposit, but I didn't enter any information. I was giving you guys an example. So let's just go ahead and then we'll do a cashier's check, okay? And then that person will receive a check. When you click on verify, there should be no more banking errors, okay? And that one, you have to click on override, and it'll clear it out for you guys, okay? So that concludes the training that I wanted to show you guys today. Later on today, we are having one where we start a tax return from start to finish, and we're also going to talk about Obamacare, okay? I think I do have someone who has a question, note, okay, gotcha, perfect, okay, great, guys. Let me go ahead and pull this screen over here on this side now. Second, there we go. Gotcha, guys. So this is our contact information, folks. Right. The screen is acting up on me today. All right, got it. There we go. Yeah, it's acting up definitely. Sorry about that, guys. So this is the contact. This is our contact information. Sorry, folks. If you guys have any questions, you can contact your account executive. Also, you can reach out to that email address that's on here. Also, please write down this support phone number as well in case you need it in the future. As well, please refer to an email that was sent over to you guys yesterday on 1/6, so you can see some important information and numbers on contact regarding the banking partners. So there are some, there's a small certification that you must do with the banking partner. So please look at that email, visit their website so you can get some information. You're able to create a login and a password to get more information on the banking partners as well, okay? Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you a little bit later on the calls.